What's up, motherfuckers? This is your boy J Blaze06 here, and I'm here with both Soil aka SoAD and Trinity Mark Blue. How
What's
the
up?
hell are both of y'all doing?
Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
Pretty good, man. Weekend can't complain.
Yeah, well, we can complain because the weekend's almost over.
Yeah, that's that.
I'm not a fan of that, but we still got a little bit of time to do some things today, do a little gaming, do a little talking. So before we go into the podcast, I want to again reintroduce who we have on the podcast today. So, aka Soad, been a long time gamer with this guy, and you have a thing that you have going on right now, right? WDWP.co.
That's correct. Our website that is trucking along nicely. Actually, we've increased our web traffic steadily for all
Nice,
the articles going out and the various podcasts that we're starting. Our second one should be this week.
nice. That's awesome. And
It's
what about you, Trinity Mar Blue, aka Darius?
We already know, man. Keeping strong with the photography. Going to school for production, so I'll get them video skills up too soon.
Hmm. And so you're on your last year now.
One more year to go.
Whoo!
woohoo.
It's about to be a wrap. And where can people see some of your photography?
They can see some of my work at photobyd.com.
There will be links in the description down below on the YouTube channel for you guys listening on iTunes and all the other podcast programs out there. I just found out that the Black Only Podcast is like on all types of different programs and all types of different websites. So um,
Yeah,
I
how
didn't.
did that even happen?
I don't even know. I don't even know. But it is out there. I know. I had to do the work for the iTunes thing. I had to create the XML file, and then I had to upload everything through there. So every time a podcast goes up, I have to actually go through iTunes and like put the code in for the next episode, and then yada yada yada. So I know how that happens, but I don't know how a lot of other shit happens. So internet, good job. Thank you for doing that. Whatever algorithm is doing it, that's what's up. Um, so we can jump right into the icebreaker. And based on what we know about the games coming or the games that are already out, which story are you the most interested in playing this year? See, I wasn't ready for that.
Nah. Nah.
Yeah, and I'm still thinking about that because I'm like, part of me
I
wants to
know. I
say,
know.
go ahead,
I
go
already.
ahead.
I had to think about it for a second, and I didn't see anything.
Hmm.
But knowing that it's coming and reading what was talked about, the story that
Hmm.
I'm most psyched about, I mean, it's going to sound kind of stupid, but Doom.
Okay, I knew
I'm
he was
what
gonna say that. I knew he was gonna say that.
because they're not putting a number after it. They're not making it a sequel. They're going back to the beginning. They're
Hmm.
going back to how it all started when the shit hit the fan.
Hmm.
And they're like from all the this like gameplay aside and everything, like just the story about like it's like going back to your roots, but next gen style, exclusive next gen style, because they're not going to be doing current and next gen.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll give it that. The new Doom.
Is that coming out this year?
No release date yet. My guess would be mid to late next year if we're lucky.
Okay, all right. What about you, Trinity Mark Blue? Oh, I'm
See,
rhyming.
as hyped as I am about Destiny, given that we haven't been given so much information about the story just yet, obviously because it's a month away, I'm going with an amazing game we were treated to last year in its remastered form on
Mm,
PS4
mm.
Nice.
We gonna
with The
talk about
Last of
that.
Us.
Yep.
We gonna talk about that.
Because although I played the original single player, I did not get to play the Left Behind DLC on PS3.
Okay.
So I'm really excited to be able to play that and its remastered glory in just a week's time. That's going to be awesome.
Mm.
Good point. I haven't done that either. Good point.
I haven't done it either, but I paid for it.
Yeah.
I already paid for my shit. So I'm kind of feeling the butt hurt right now.
Yeah.
Um, shit. I'm 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 gonna say it's so hard. I'm gonna say Dragon Age Inquisition.
Mm.
I almost said Witcher. but I haven't really played either's. But good one.
Because that comes out next year, and so
Yeah.
I didn't play any of the other Dragon Age games, and I'm thinking about getting them so that I can kind of catch myself up to what's going on. But I mean, from everything I've seen of it so far, I mean, my main gripe about Dragon Age 1 was that it wasn't real time combat. It wasn't real action oriented combat. And then my gripe about part 2 was that it was so much action oriented combat. It was like mundane. It felt like I played the demo and I was just like, this feels really boring. And so what I'm seeing from Dragon Age Inquisition feels like a really nice blend between the two styles. So not only the gameplay, but the story, you know, I've heard nothing but great things about the story, and I'm sure this one isn't going to disappoint because BioWare makes incredible storylines.
Yeah.
And, you know, if Mass Effect is anything to go off of, you know, Jade Empire is anything to go off of, then I'm ready.
If I'm not mistaken, that comes out this year.
Oh, yeah. I think it comes out in October.
Inquisition does? Yeah. It's The Witcher that comes out next year.
Unless it gets delayed.
February or March. No, I think we're still good for fall. There's a shit ton of crap games coming out in the fall, man. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, my
October
head
is so full.
My head hurts thinking about that shit. It hurts so bad.
I'm not even going to try and buy all of them. I'm going to pick like a good 3.
Yo, I'm struggling right now with that because it's like I'm going to have to do some reviews of these games. And I know
a lot of reviews.
Exactly. Gamefly. I like owning them though, so that's the problem too.
Me too.
So I'm gonna see if I can get some review codes for you and Kev because I know you're gonna be back on PS4 action again. So I'm gonna see if I can get some review codes for you guys because I'm not gonna be able to touch all those games before a timely manner. So hopefully I can get something going with that. You know, sometimes you get lucky and they send you something, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's so many games coming out. Everyone's complaining, oh, we don't have enough games coming out. I'm like, yo, relax, they're coming. When they come, you're not gonna know what to do with yourself.
Yeah, September.
Yep.
Well, I mean, end of the month for Last of Us. Next month is Diablo and Madden.
Diablo. I haven't even played that yet.
Gosh, man. Like I haven't stopped playing that. It's becoming a problem again. It really is.
I saw you on the other day too.
Yeah, I straight up played it almost all day yesterday. And I woke up and I just started playing again. I've been playing for like 4 or 5 hours, and I beat it. And I started again.
Oh man, that's a good sign though.
It's well, either you love it or you hate it because Chris does not like it at all.
Did he play it though?
Yeah, he did, but I don't think it's really his kind of game because he's more of a Souls guy.
Yeah,
but I think you'll love it. I think you will.
Good shit. The only thing I don't like about Diablo is kind of the camera perspective. I like seeing more of my character. I really like that.
Which it can be an issue, but the way the dungeons are designed and the way the maps are spread out, you kind of get used to it. You kind of expect it. You learn how to shoot around corners and the various attacks and magical powers you use. Like, great game.
So, what are you? We're gonna move on to the gaming section. What are you guys playing? Aside, okay, we'll start with you since you were just talking about Diablo. It's a good segue.
Well, besides Diablo, Dishonored, I recently played and beat that. Max Payne 3, I recently played and beat that.
I gotta play that again.
That was also awesome to run through again. And Rocksmith, I've been jamming out like crazy on that. And the beta for Destiny.
Yes. Yes. What about you, Trinity Mark Blue?
I've recently played Watch Dogs.
What you think of that?
Not bad at all. You know, graphically it was great. Story kind of fell short in that regard. I think it was a little bit of a victim of hype and obviously the delay that it went through.
Yeah.
But not bad. I also bought Transistor, which is actually a really beautiful game.
Yeah,
I haven't finished that yet, but I'm enjoying that one. And yeah, obviously the Destiny beta, can't put that down.
Oh my god, I can't stop thinking about it. I think I went to bed at like 2 a.m. and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get up. I'm not gonna think about Destiny when I get up. I got up. I was like, "Yo, I need to play that shit." I didn't eat anything yet. I didn't brush my teeth. I didn't wash my ass. I didn't do any of that. I was just like, "I need to play Destiny."
Just a little
That's
bit
how
more.
it should be.
Yeah,
I know.
I didn't though. I showed restraint. I cleaned. I ate. I fed myself. You know, I did a little bit of grooming. You know, I did some things around the apartment. I will save that until after this footage is being rendered. I will save that for later. Um, but yeah, Destiny is so fucking amazing. I'm also playing that. I've also been playing some Watch Dogs. I'm trying to take my time and get through that game as well. I really like a lot of the gameplay mechanics.
Yeah.
The story, as you said, I'm not really a huge fan of. It's not Aiden as a character doesn't really feel that interesting.
Right.
I
not a lot of
honestly
weight.
I forgot one. Like I traded that game in
Watch
for
Dogs?
something else. Yeah, I did.
What'd you trade it
Is
in
it-
for?
I actually went back in time and I got Splinter Cell Blacklist.
Hey.
Solid game.
And I couldn't. I don't know, something about Watch Dogs. Like you're all saying the same shit I said. Like I like this part about it or this part, but the story fell flat. The
Yeah.
character's not that great, and it honestly sat for maybe 3 or 4 weeks. Didn't move. I didn't touch it. Didn't want to touch it.
Damn.
Yeah.
I really like how every interaction you have in the game is kind of like a puzzle. So like, you know, you can go to gang hideouts and you can dispatch everyone just by kind of doing a shootout and killing everyone like that. Or you can hack into a camera and then go into another camera and then alter the environment and then, you know, mess around with somebody over here and then go to another camera and then, you know, like make someone's grenade blow up in their pocket.
Yeah.
Like, I like that kind of shit. That's pretty cool.
I really did too. I would use like my silence pistol and just go floor by floor and use some of the camera techniques as well. Like I love that about the game, but I don't know. I just couldn't stick with it.
Yeah.
It definitely had a lot going for it, gameplay wise and concept wise. It's like a fresh idea and everything on the open world genre, but I think in terms of like feeling and actual like making you care about the narrative, it just didn't really excel.
Yeah. And I'm hearing more people talk about Watch Dogs, the driving mechanics and how they didn't like that. I was like, well, at least I know I'm not alone here. Like,
Right.
the driving mechanics for certain vehicles felt really nice. So, like, certain like high-end vehicles felt really nice, and like the motorcycles felt awesome. Like the motorcycles handled it extremely well. But what the fuck? What was that?
Wasn't me.
But in terms of, you know, the other vehicles, I mean, I don't know. It's weird. I still have to give it some more time before I have a full judgment on it. So far, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Destiny. I'm playing as a hunter in Destiny right now, and I can't. Like,
Titan.
The Titan is dope. I played as a Titan in the alpha, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. When you punch people, they disintegrate. Like, why is that not the most badass thing ever?
I love using your double jump and flying over an area and then holding the L1 and R1 to just come crashing down and taking out like 4 or 5 people.
Yeah.
I got 7 the one time.
Are you talking about AI or are you talking about PvP?
AI. No, not PvP.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, not yet. Not yet.
All right. So I don't have Destiny anywhere else in this podcast agenda. So I do want to take some time to talk about the things I still like about Destiny and the things I still don't like about Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you guys should also do the same. Destiny. So top 3 things I love. There's so much loot. You always discovering, you know, more things you can get and customize and stuff like that. I love the loot system. The weapons and sound design are phenomenal. So every time you reload your weapon, you can hear like every, you know, shifting of the clip. It's like, and then, you know, it sounds so beautiful. It sounds so fucking great. And then, you know, obviously the gameplay itself, the gameplay mechanics work extremely well because, like, in in co-op, you can go around and you get new weapons, and each weapon that you get, kind of like Borderlands, you can get upgraded versions of those weapons, or you can get new weapons, and they have different attacks, so their attack goes up. But when you bring that into PvP, that attack doesn't actually matter. Only the stats with those bars that say like impact and rank and stuff like that. That's the only stuff that actually matters in PvP. So I really love how they did that. That was very genius. What I don't like about it are the map rotations are horrendous for PvP.
Horrible.
Oh my god. I went to the moon literally 6 times in a row. I almost thought
I
there
don't think
weren't other maps on the beta.
They don't have many more maps available right now, though,
They
do they?
do. That
They
is
do.
the problem.
Oh
They
shit!
have
Have 2
many
other
maps.
maps.
They have Venus, and then when the Iron Banner's happening, they have Earth and Mars.
Yeah,
I haven't seen any of those.
Venus
exactly.
amazing.
That's a problem. Yeah.
It's a real problem, and there's no way to vote for maps. What the
No.
fuck?
Yeah.
What the
Like,
Well,
why
actual
they
wouldn't
might be
it-
restricting that too. They might be.
Nah, man.
I don't
Why are they
know.
gonna
I
do
don't
that in
know.
a beta though? Like that's gonna leave a
Because-
bad taste in people's mouth.
True, but I didn't even notice. Like at first, like I didn't even notice. Like it's
That's a problem. That's a
playing
problem.
yesterday,
it's
and we played the moon so much that I was like, they should just take this out of the full game.
Yo, real talk.
I know they have some mock maps that didn't make it. Just replace it with one of those.
Yo, real talk. Cause me and Trading Mark, we played the alpha too. So we done played this map like 500 times by now. Like
Man,
so much. And about the moon, it's the only map with vehicles on it. And guess what? The vehicles are a pain in the fucking ass.
overpowered.
All right. So you can still shoot people out of their vehicle. Like if you headshot them while they're in the vehicle or you shoot their body, you can still shoot them out of it. But one
Yeah.
of the things that Halo did so well was that if someone was in a vehicle, you can knock them out of their vehicle.
nah. Well, I don't
You
think
can-
you should be able to do this here.
You should.
mean,
because if
You
if
got
I
like
jump on top of
powers that you
someone,
get though, like with the different like abilities that you have, because you still can use those in PvP. So
Yeah.
one of my abilities is a grenade that I can chuck that regenerates, which does some serious damage. I think that if you had a team of people going at that vehicle, 2, 3 max, that you can take them down pretty quick. I haven't had enough time with it though, so I don't know yet. I don't know.
I've had a lot of time with it. And
Yeah, I know you have.
there's some people I played a few matches where there were just people who were abusing them to the point where like that's all they did. There was one player who literally
Heavy weapons too.
Yes, heavy weapons. So once you unlock heavy weapons, those help a lot. But if you get heavy weapon ammo and die on your way to killing them, then you
Oh,
don't
the
have it
worst.
anymore. Yeah, you don't have it anymore. So actually,
That
It's-
does suck.
it's a double-edged sword because if you die on your way to getting the person in that tank, then you're fucked because now you have to
Yeah.
wait longer for the heavy ammo to show up again.
It
Hey, we
feels
got
so
some good
good when you can actually use your heavy ammo and like kill like a good 4 or 5 people with it before dying.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. And there was a guy, he was in that tank the entire time and he was just staying at B and A the entire match. And like that's what you should do if you're in that situation, is like if you're in a vehicle, just hover between 2 points. But like literally every time I went to an objective, he would just come up and just start blasting me with ballistics. And there was nothing I
Right.
could do because the rest of my team was still trying to get to the other side of the map. And it's like they really need to balance that whole thing out because he did that. And when we killed him out of it, he somehow found a way to get another fucking tank
Right.
and then just do
Huh?
that shit all over again.
Hmm.
And don't even think about it if the whole other team has vehicles
Right.
and they're coming on to every point. It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
It
it's,
sounds like a bit of Titanfall. When everyone had Titans and you were all pilots, you just got smoked.
yeah, but you had always had a chance to have a Titan. Like everyone got a Titan.
Hmm.
Hmm.
In this case, there's one tank on each side. So I don't know. Well, I want you guys
Either-
to talk about the things that you liked and didn't like.
I mean,
Something
it was. Go ahead, man.
Go ahead.
You can go first.
Okay. Something I love, just because I'm a graphics whore, no shame,
Mhm.
is obviously the graphics in the game.
Beautiful.
I just like stop and look while I'm just walking sometimes and just like in awe of how good it looks in beta form,
Ditto.
even in alpha
I
form.
was very impressed.
Yes.
Very
They
They
impressed.
look really good.
This is beta.
And just like the art direction and just the lore of the game so far, we don't even know really what else there is. It's just really enchanting. I'm so interested in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Seems really fresh and new, and they've been working on it for years, and that just like makes it even more exciting. And also, I think the thing I like the most about participating in the alpha and the beta is that we haven't even really touched the tip of like the content that's going to be in the game. So that's just like, I think that keeps my hype for it just so alive, because it's going to be so great on September 9th when it actually comes out and everything's kind of available for you to go achieve. So that's going to be great.
Yes.
Do we know if there's a level cap?
I think it's 20.
Oh, that's
I heard
lame.
it's 20, but I
hope
heard you can
not.
go higher if you get these things called motes of light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, I heard about that.
Okay, cool then. All right.
Well, because technically your level will still be 20, but you'll still, regardless, like even I'm at level 8, and that's the maximum level for the beta. But you can still
Right.
keep unlocking shit for your character, for your weapons,
Right.
you can keep unlocking shit while you're at your
Well,
maximum level like that.
Will that port to the game when it releases?
I have no idea.
They said, I read an article. They said they haven't decided yet
Yeah,
if it will or not.
yeah.
Hmm.
So they're considering it, but
I wouldn't mind starting over.
I would.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I mean, it puts everybody back at square zero if they did.
Yeah,
Everybody.
but
Those
at this
people that
point-
have been drilling it daily. I mean, 24/7.
we've been spending so much time on it, though. I feel like we should get at least something in return of that.
I think either way, it wouldn't hurt the experience because we're
Right.
just at level 8, right?
Right.
It didn't
That's
take
not
very
bad.
long to get there. It took probably
No.
about 2.5 days, maybe.
Right.
Maybe. Yeah.
And that's a long time, So
Right. And that's because we were adamantly fiending for this shit. We were just
Right.
playing this shit nonstop.
So I mean, I don't think it would set anyone back really.
Right.
No.
It wouldn't set anyone back, but at the same time, I know I spent at least a decent amount of time making my character,
Right.
going through and doing all this stuff, and the other thing that I think would be the problem moving forward for them is the whole is the trophy system. So like, what would
Mhm.
trophies be like? What would happen if
True.
you have a trophy that's supposed to be like, oh, get your first kill, and then like you've already done that.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, I again, I think it could go either way too. But I would rather be able to keep that shit because
Right. At
I'm
least our gear. 'Cause
right,
I know one thing I love is like how my character looks. I've just fallen in love with it.
exactly. What about you? You got any more things you want to add to that?
I mean, he hit it on the head. Like when I first got to, I want to say the breach,
Mm-hmm.
and you walk through that one tunnel with those big ceiling fans.
Mm.
Like you just can't help but stop and look around, going, "Whoa!" Like this is pretty fucking detailed.
Yeah.
Just at the lengths they went to make it look and feel the way it does. And oh man, the one thing I did want to mention is when you're not picking up new weapons,
Mm-hmm.
just the schematics that you can pick up, you
Yeah.
can unlock later. Oh, I
Yep.
love those.
Yeah, it's like a little Easter basket treat that you don't know about. You're like, what's in here? What's in here?
What's it
What
going to
is
be?
this? Yeah.
And I'm just really impressed so far, especially for a beta. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I'm at the point now where if they end up letting me down a little bit, I'm going to be devastated. I'm going to be devastated. Because the alpha I played was fucking phenomenal. The beta I played was even better. I can only imagine that the full game is going to be even better than that. But if it's not, then I'm just going to be like, what the fuck?
I can't see it like dropping down from this. I can't see it.
I
doing
can't
that.
either. I can't.
As long as they tweak what's necessary and make those little adjustments.
Right.
I've had some lag here and there too, but
Yeah.
I expected that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there's a little bit of. There was so many people playing this. Oh my god.
Oh man.
It was cool when you're walking around the what is it, the tower,
Yeah.
and there's just all these other people like dancing, people just like all this stupid stuff.
Yeah. And it's amazing because like when I got home, like I downloaded the beta while I was at work, so I just let that shit download. And then when I got to home, sorry, I'm all hungover. What time's the podcast now? I had another person who was coming onto the podcast who's apparently hungover. But yeah, I logged on and just saw all of these people on my friends list playing Destiny. I was just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like almost my entire list who are on PS4 was playing Destiny. I was like, this is what it's going to be like when this game's out. This is what it's going to be like.
I was impressed as well. Just that when the beta was finally available for download, obviously I saw all the problems people were having. One, getting their beta codes because the Destiny, the Bungie site crashed.
Yes, yes.
And the PlayStation Network was down for a couple minutes.
It was
Yeah.
down for like a while.
Yeah, I thought it might be for even longer though because I was at work at the time,
Mhm.
and my friends were telling me how the PSN was down, and I couldn't even remote download mine because I couldn't sign into the app.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I got home probably an hour and a half later, and everything was smooth. So I was like, well, that wasn't very long that all that lasted.
It felt like an eternity because I just wanted to download that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but at least they caught up with it. I mean, it's been a lot worse in the past. So
Yeah.
kudos to them.
Yeah, yeah, they're gonna have to have their big boy hats on when Skype launches because, I mean, sorry, when Skype launches when Destiny launches because I can almost guarantee this will happen again.
yeah.
Yeah,
Almost
Yeah.
guarantee it. Because
I mean, I'm definitely gonna pre-order because then I can preload it. But I think even
digital
still-
download. I'm going to try it
Yeah.
again. This will be my second attempt at that.
Mm.
The last one I did was Dishonored, and it did not work out the right way.
Oh
man.
Yeah, I told you about that. Like when that game first came out, I decided to day one digital download that. I had to wait till like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon when it was available. Then I had to wait because it was like 10 gigs to download.
And you know the
And I had to
PS3
wait
takes
to
forever to
install
download
it.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Oh, yeah.
fucking did. It was a waste of a day. So with this pre-release digital download going live a few days before launch, hopefully,
And you
fingers
can download
crossed.
it before, so you can
Yeah.
pre-install
Right.
it. So that is. I remember we talked about this before. Like, what is the
Yeah.
incentive to do digital versus physical?
That is
That's
that
one
is
of
right
them,
there.
Definitely.
Yeah,
So
Definitely
at
is.
midnight on release day, I can say PlayStation on, and I can just pop in and jump in rather than
Yeah.
having to wait in line or hope a store's open, and then you still have to wait for it to install anyway. This is the first time I'm happy for digital release to be coming out.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm debating because I do really like the limited and Ghost Edition versions,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and they come
Mhm.
with a steel book, and I love steel book cases, and I love the books that they come in with. I love that shit. But that fucking Ghost Edition is like $170.
Yeah,
Fuck
so-
that noise.
It's a lot of fucking money.
I was like, I want a ghost, but that's steep.
That is that steep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know we spent a lot of time talking about Destiny. I think actually we have another person coming on to the podcast very soon.
All right.
Sorry, I just like messaged him to let him know that we're actually on. But
Yeah, fuck. We didn't even get to the agenda yet.
yeah, I know, right?
Well, it had to be said. We had to talk about that.
Yeah, definitely had to talk about it.
All right, and before we move on to the next part of the agenda, I can all hear the birds in the background. That's nice.
Yeah, I wish you guys could see it. It's nice outside. I'm just chilling out back.
I'm adding Chris to
Yarger?
no, not Yarger. Actually, this is I think I just added him to it, right? Add people. Chris. So this dude is a cosplayer. I met him at a New York Comic Con, and he knows one of my cousins. So it was a really strange coincidence that he knew someone in my family already. Why doesn't it let me add him to the call?
Oh.
What the hell's going on? This is weird. This is really weird. I think Skype is fucking up.
Shame on Skype.
Shame on Skype. Very nice.
Sorry, I have no video.
That's totally fine.
After Microsoft acquired them, they went downhill.
Gosh. Do you have some of that in the podcast?
What, Microsoft? Oh, the layoffs. Oh, yeah.
Jeez. Or
Man.
are there incentives recently?
Oh, their incentives? You're talking about the,
Trading in your old console, like for getting $100 off an
Oh,
Xbox
yeah.
One. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're pushing hard.
Yeah, dude, they must be in bigger financial stress right now than they'd like to say.
I feel like they're trying not to lose the market share they gained with the 360, but I mean,
It's already late for that.
it's
People
happening.
are moving over. Yeah. People are saying, you know what? Something about that PlayStation 4 I like. I'm going to go with that.
I think it's PlayStation's time again.
If they break 10 million, it will be.
hmm
and they're close.
Yeah, they were at 7 not long ago.
Oh
They're
yeah,
up to,
some
I think
people are
they're up to
saying they
like
might
8
be
or 9
8
now.
or 9.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna end the call and then start it over again.
Okay.
All right.
And so we just transitioned to having our third person onto the podcast. I want to introduce everyone to Chris Lescano.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And I actually met you at New York Comic Con last year. I
Yeah.
interviewed you on the floor, the show floor. You was rocking the Ezio Auditore.
Yes, I remember that. That was the sickest con for me, bro. That was the best one.
It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it
And
was.
you actually know my cousin Jesse.
Yes, I do, Jesse. We used to b-boy back like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, man. So it's crazy how small the world is.
It really is. It's true, man. It's great.
New characters, gross.
Yeah, dude. So I heard you've been on Destiny like crazy too, right?
Oh yeah, so we were just talking about Destiny, and so we were talking about kind of the things that we liked and didn't like about Destiny. I would love to hear your thoughts in terms of like what you do like and don't like about what your experience has been so far.
All right. I mean, well, the beta build is amazing. So for a beta, it looks pretty refined and polished. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yep.
There's many things you gotta like about it. There's actual vehicles. You get to actually, travel from place to place. It's a lot better than actual, like quick points and everything like that. It just gives it a more immersed environment.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I gotta love the gun setup. You can upgrade your weapons. You can upgrade your skill trees and everything. I love that. That gives it a sense of RPG to it. I love it.
Yeah, they did a phenomenal job with like figuring out like one of the things I talked about was that in PvP versus co-op, your weapons that you have when it says like attack power and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't actually transition to PvP. Only the stats of the actual weapon type transition to the PvP. So it's still a level playing field as long as like if someone has this type of assault rifle and this type of assault rifle, it'll be an even playing field. Is that some might have an effect that they have going for it or something like that. So
That sounds a lot more balanced than being nerfed and like plus 10 damage and while you're using a standard BR and you're getting smashed.
Right. And also I wanna let you do a little plug here while we're on here. What are the things that you do? I just mentioned that you do a little bit of cosplay. Is there somewhere online people can check you out, and can you explain a little what you do?
Yeah, that's no problem, bro. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a cosplay page or anything. I mean, I do it definitely more for the fun of it. I mean, I love just going to conventions and just having fun with my friends, just cosplaying, working hard on our costumes, and then just showing off, the hard work we did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't have anything like that, but I do have a Tumblr. I'm on it, pretty regularly, reblogging and uploading some pictures I like of like the cosplays I have. I mean, you can follow me on Tumblr and Instagram. It's Itsyoru. It's Itsyoru. So, I mean, yeah, if you want to check it out, check it out. I mean, I post up progress pictures, works in progress. My girlfriend and I, she's an amazing cosplayer, so you could check her out too.
Yes, absolutely. And I can definitely attest for that. I saw your Delson Rowe cosplay, for example, and I was just blown away. I was like, dude, that's fucking awesome.
Thanks, bro. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. So you get major props from me for that one.
And I know you have an eye for cosplay and everything, dude. You were on that floor at New York Comic Con 13. You were making everything. You were interviewing a lot of people, and I saw all your interviews, bro. They came out amazing.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I was really happy to be there and kind of interacting with so many people. And there was a major cosplayer that I saw at some point too while I was interviewing someone else. I was like, oh, I think I recognize her, but I didn't get a chance to catch up with her. But she was lingering around a little bit, like she wanted me to interview her. I was like,
oh wow,
fuck,
that's cool.
Fuck.
Why did you do it?
I had to finish up what I was doing. I can't just leave some people I was interviewing just to go for one of the top dogs. I had to make sure everybody got some love. So
that's honestly that you got to be commended for that, man. A lot of people do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I thought that was important. But anyway, we were going on to the other things in the gaming section of the podcast.
Awesome.
We wrapped up our discussion of this Destiny a little bit.
We could talk about Destiny for days.
Yeah, exactly. There are a couple of games that came out. If any of these speak to anyone, we can stop and talk about it a little bit. If not, then we can just keep going. A game called Hand of Fate, which I know nothing about.
Hand of Fate, no.
It's a PC game only. So is Claire. Claire is another PC only game. If people in the comments section down below know anything about that, please do let me know what the hell's going on with those.
Yeah.
The Wolf Among Us episode 5, which is wrapping up the entire series.
I heard very, very good things about Wolf Among Us. I've seen some cosplays and I've seen some makeup work from him, and it's amazing.
What about you, Dave and Darius?
I read Kev's review, and at the very end of it, I was like, okay, cool, I'm going to check this game out. But when it comes to PlayStation 4, because it's going to do it again anyway.
Yeah.
Right. To keep fucking doing that. But yeah, I'm psyched for it. I'm looking forward to playing it.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. And
I knew it was from Telltale.
Yeah.
So that got me kind of excited about it. But just like Dave said, I'm waiting for The Walking Dead Season 2 and also The Wolf Among Us to come to PS4 before I play both of those.
Yep. I played Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 1 when it came out. And then I was like, you know what? I bet you some bullshit's about to happen when they release this on PS4, so I didn't buy the other ones.
Yup.
What do you know?
It did. And it did.
And I was like, you know what? These guys are fucking assholes. These guys are assholes. I'm sick of their shit. I'm just being honest here. We're gonna talk about it. Don't worry. We're gonna talk about it. Of course, the Destiny beta is out for people. So you guys at home on iTunes, YouTube, and all the other podcast programs out there that apparently the Black Only Podcast is on. Make sure you guys pre-order the game. Destiny is available on Amazon and a bunch of different places. You can pre-order it and just cancel your pre-order if you really don't want to pay anything when the game comes out. But you're going to want to buy the game anyway, so just keep your pre-order. Game called Blood, 1 Unit Whole Blood. I don't fucking know.
That sounds cool.
I mean, there's a lot of blood in that, so... It's a lot of blood. Dynasty Warriors Gundam Reborn.
Yes!
I love Dynasty Warriors Gundam.
Okay,
yes, thank you. Someone else.
So let's talk about this a little bit. Why are you guys interested in Dynasty Warriors Gundam?
All I remember is early PS3 days and Dynasty Warriors Gundam. A new one came out like every year, and I would download each demo and play it like for hours. Just the demo.
Just the demo.
It's true.
It's so addicting. Like, I don't know, something about it.
It brings really the best of both worlds out, you know? It's robots and Dynasty Warriors fighting style, so it's the best.
I want to be excited for those games real bad. I really do. But after playing some of them for a little while, I was like, all right, this does feel like Dynasty Warriors, so I should just buy Dynasty Warriors instead of Gundam, because, like, I don't know. After being spoiled with Zone of the Enders.
Oh, but see, now that's a classic, though.
That's what I'm saying. Why don't we have a Gundam game like that?
They try. I mean, there's a lot more mech and Gundam releases overseas in Japan.
Yep.
They have like Gundam build games over there. Yep. They have a lot of stuff that we don't get. They get exclusively over there. Mm-hmm. They have like Ace Wars and everything, which brings all series mechs to it. They bring Gundam, Robotech, just a bunch of bunch of mechs together to just kind of have an all out brawl that we won't even see the light of day over here.
Yeah. What the actual fuck? Like, I really would like some explanation as to why they think that's cool.
Maybe they think that Westerners just don't like the mech game as the mech genre as much as like versus Call of Duty or any FPS or
Just the general market's never been like that in the States. Like, it's always been more prominent overseas than here, because everyone over here plays Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto.
Exactly.
Those are good games, though.
They are.
Don't get me wrong. You can play those for hours, but I mean, what he's saying is true. I mean, you're never gonna get. They refine their games. They refine their mech work. They they go into detail, making everything look amazing. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, you bring it out over. If you try to market it over over here overseas, mm-hmm. It's just kind of like. It's going to be a miss, because most people they're not about that big robot mech genre. They're, like he said, they've been spoiled with Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, Battlefield, etc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
definitely. They probably don't want to go through the whole process of getting English voiceovers as well.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
big part of it.
That's the big one. Yeah.
Probably come out really quick in Japanese and stuff like that.
Yakuza Ishin, for example, I'm still waiting for that game to get released over here. I want that game. I want that fucking
Yakuza Ishin. I mean, tell us more about that.
That is set in feudal Japan, and it is beautiful. I mean, the graphics aren't breathtaking or the groundbreaking in any way, but it's a game where you're a fucking samurai in feudal Japan, like fighting people and going. And you guys know about the other Yakuza games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's basically it's set in that kind of same universe, but it's set in the past. And like I love everything about feudal
That's
Japan.
sick.
Like there's all these mini games you can go through. There's all these battles you have on the streets, and like you can choose to be lethal or non-lethal. You have like different fighting styles, and it's like fast-paced action. Come on.
That's amazing. Actually, that's kind of like
on.
going back in time. Oh,
Yeah, and we don't have any samurai games out right now. Like what do we have?
crickets.
Crickets. We have crickets.
Yeah.
I remember there used to be a lot more games that were focused on kind of not even just medieval times, but ancient times. Feudal Japan.
Onimusha.
Oh my
Yes.
fuck, man!
Thank you.
It needs to happen. It needs to happen.
That was your game back in the day.
I used to play that shit
That was
like
the best.
like it was played out, man. I used to play that shit so much.
Collect all the souls. Do all the Oh my goodness.
The fucking swords that you can unlock, all of them have their own distinct feel and personality to them.
I know and then you get to upgrade and the weapons evolve as they go on.
Right.
Tell me there wasn't nothing better than seeing your primary weapon upgrade and look more badass.
Right.
That in itself was amazing.
And we don't have that. We don't have that right now.
That was the golden age of gaming.
Man.
We need a golden age. We need another
I
golden
think
age.
it's coming back.
I
though.
think it's coming back. I agree with
Yeah,
that.
I agree.
I do too. I feel it. It's in the air.
It's in the air. I feel energized.
I feel like that we're gonna
Games
get
like,
smacked in the face over the next like, 6 months. Next 6 months is gonna be a fucking train ride, dude.
Yes.
Yeah. It's gonna be insane.
Yes, it is.
Oh man.
Got games like The Witcher, Bloodborne, The Order.
Oh my god.
Those games already. Oh my goodness.
Boners all day.
All day.
All day.
All hard.
So much.
How did you guys feel about the Bloodborne trailer being announced and shown at E3?
I was very intrigued. I wanted to see more, and then they ended up like leaking a little bit more and some unfinished footage. But I was like, all right, I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
I think it looks great.
Yeah.
And again, we're gonna get on this. Don't worry. But apparently, this Dark Souls is coming to PS4 and Xbox One.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Like it wasn't gonna happen.
like it was, yeah, and we talked about this in the podcast agenda, in the podcast discussion too. I was like, I'm not buying that game because I know it's coming out on PS4 and Xbox One, dude.
Yup.
And fucking Jordan and Chris was like, "What are you talking about? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life."
I'm like, nah,
And
we'll
literally,
wait.
it's coming.
Exactly what's gonna happen.
Oh my-
Again.
Yeah.
Again, man.
I was like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And so I think we have to touch on the rest of the podcast because I think
Yeah.
June PS4 sales. This is the gaming news section now of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
June PS4 sales are still significantly higher than the competition. And the MPD just released their results for the sales.
Saw those.
Yeah, and I am in the mindset of kind of having a perspective on the gaming industry right now that maybe not everyone else out there shares. So I want to hear from you guys why you think the PS4 is still outselling both the Xbox One and the Wii U. Like from what the leaked numbers were, the PS4 was at 269,000 in the US alone.
Wow.
Xbox One was at 197,000, which is double what they had last month. 3DS is at 152,000. Wii U is at 140,000. Then it goes to 360 at the 62,000, PS3 at the 42,000, and the Vita at the 15,000. So, why is the PS4 still selling more than every other console?
Well, I mean, spec-wise, it's better.
Technically, yes. I mean,
True.
but you wonder if the general market's aware of that or not. I mean, we know we're
Mhm.
well
We know,
well
yeah, well,
versed in that,
exactly.
but I've always wondered, like, does someone else really know that technically the PlayStation 4 is the better gaming machine.
Mhm.
I
You know
don't know.
what?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask someone, that just casually games, and you ask them, which one do you think is better, they probably wouldn't know. I'm not saying I speak for everyone, but just there is a possibility of that. The other thing that I think that the PS4 is still outselling, all the other gaming consoles is honestly because of the marketing and such backtracking that the Xbox One had earlier in, when before it was released.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah,
I still
last
think
year.
they're still feeling
yeah.
that.
I think.
They said a lot of stupid shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think, like we said, I don't think the general public knows like all the details and the ins and outs of when the Xbox One was first announced, but I think they knew it was something that they didn't like.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that the PS4 obviously just made the better first impression.
Mm.
And obviously, the fact that they had a cheaper price was known first.
Mhm.
Yes.
And I feel like that's
Yeah.
just really stuck.
Mm.
It has. It's stuck with the minds of a lot of people. Like more, like casual gamers. They see that, like maybe they heard about like I'm saying is they took, for example, like Xbox One couldn't play pre-owned games at the time. Remember that?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
everyone just kind of raged on. Was let out even on Yahoo, which is a huge news site. As credible or uncredible it could be, that was on there, and people were just like, "Yo, that's not cool,"
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people just jumped ship to PlayStation because of Microsoft's mistakes, and I mean, Sony capitalized on that. They released video, like making fun of the Xbox sharing and stuff.
Yeah. I remember that.
It's great. I mean, because honestly, PlayStation 4 is an excellent system. It's sleek. I like the design of it, and a lot of people probably just look at the Xbox One versus the PS4, and it's like comparing the sizes. Probably it's just like which one's sleeker, which one's easier to carry around, for God knows why.
Yeah.
Well, the other
Xbox
thing's-
One is a big system.
Yeah,
The other thing's got to be like the things that stand out in my mind were PlayStation Plus compared to Xbox Live,
Mhm.
which
Yeah.
I still think wins hands down for the amount of games they keep
oh
releasing.
hell yeah!
Yeah.
And it's just nuts, like the good quality free games we're getting, and on top of that,
Across the board.
I know.
PS3, PS4, and Vita.
the exclusives are out right now more so on the Sony side than Microsoft. We
Mm.
have a few more in our hand than they do, but I mean, Microsoft's coming. I mean, they got their games coming, and people are seeing a PlayStation 4, and they go, "Well, like, I want to play these games now."
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I honestly
And-
think that, but when Halo does launch, I mean, come on, that's
Yeah,
the workhorse
gonna
of
be
the
huge.
Xbox.
Yeah,
People are just
it will
going to be
be.
like, if there's a bundle, which I'm probably guessing there is, like Destiny
Oh,
has
of course.
a bundle with that.
Mhm.
People are going to jump ship to that Halo bundle right then and there, because I mean, what they're doing is bringing back Halo 1, 2. 2 was one of my favorite Halos in the world. Just
One of my favorite games of all time.
yes, playing with your friends for like nonstop hours, rage quitting. Start fighting with them for no apparent reason and stuff. Just all those good times, and you get to bring it back to a new generation now.
Right.
That alone markets itself. You know what I mean?
Right. And I
But
think
the only other thing was that the price, though. 'Cause
Yeah.
you said it
Yes.
too. I mean, and even in that commercial, like Will said
Oh my
with
God.
Aaron Paul, like he's advertising all these cool features that you can do with your system, and it's for $3.99, but the Kinect's not included. So all that
Right.
shit you just were watching for 2 or 3 minutes, you have to pay an extra $100 for anyway.
and they don't tell you that.
No, they don't.
You think you get your Xbox? They say, "Oh, I got an Xbox One for $400." Where's the fucking Kinect?
Where's the connect? How come I can't talk to my sister? And it drives me crazy because you don't need that camera in order to activate voice activation. So the PS4, even though its camera integration and voice navigation is nowhere near as complete as the Xbox One, you can still use just the microphone to voice navigate. You don't have to use the camera to voice navigate.
So
Yeah.
that's pretty funny that they're kind of like, I don't know if they're misleading or trying to sell. Well, I mean, if the more Kinect they sells,
Hmm.
the more Kinect system units they sell is better, for the Xbox, because they did invest a lot into the Kinect.
They did.
Right.
So I mean, now like people are just like, oh yes, you need the Kinect for the voice activated system. Not really.
No,
know,
you
like-
really don't.
exactly. So they're just trying to sell the Kinect as fast as possible. So they're saying, oh, you need the Kinect for a voice activated system, when in reality you just need a mic.
Right. And with all that said, if I had it my choice, if I had it my way, I would have all three systems. I would have a Wii U. I would have
Oh yeah.
PS1. I would have an Xbox One. But the reality is, like right now, I can only get one, and I have it. That's the choice I'm going to go with for now.
Exactly. I mean, when it comes to like how tight money is over here, we
Right.
still need little pleasures to game and everything like that. So what are you gonna go with? Something that charges you Xbox Live for to play online and everything, or you could go with the solid PlayStation Plus, and you can just get a ton of great games. A lot of indie developers are starting to make big waves now. I mean, you might never know what hits on the PlayStation Store for free when you're a Plus member.
Right.
Yeah.
I've been a Plus member for about 2 years now, I think, and every month that comes by, there's a new game that I hadn't checked out. I'm just like, oh man, I really actually wanted to play this. Like now I have a chance to play it. So Remember Me, for example, is available on PS3 now. Like I can go play that shit right now. Like DMC, I didn't want to buy that game because the developers pissed me off with all the decisions they made, but the actual gameplay itself isn't bad.
Dude, that gameplay is amazing. I love the quick switches. I love everything.
I like that.
Like, I mean, honestly, I miss the old Dante because
Me
this
too.
kid's just kind of like he's like trying to be edgy.
Yeah,
He's
I
trying
don't know why
so-
they call this DMC, man. They could have made this a totally different IP, and I would have been fine with that.
Right.
Exactly. Honestly, it could have, or just like a small different continuation in the DMC universe, but don't call him Dante.
Yeah, that's not fucking Dante. That's just not. That's not Virgil.
That's not the dude that pulled his body off that sword.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
it's just not the same dude.
It's not. It really isn't. You can't compare two people. One's like the new Dante's kind of like like trying so hard to be like this smart ass pizza loving happy and instead he's just like this kid just yelling fuck you to everything, and I'm just kind of like
Yeah. Oh man, they fucked up. So, are there any other reasons that you guys can think of why the PS4 might? I mean, well, we've pretty much talked about all the reasons why it's probably happening right now. But
Yeah.
do you see this turning around at any point soon? Especially with like, I was gonna say too, with like Destiny coming out and it being the front runner of PS4. It's like
Right.
and when people think of Destiny, even though it's gonna be on Xbox One, they're gonna be thinking PS4
because of the exclusive. We have a white PS4 for Destiny alone.
That
I
shit
mean,
looks
come
so
on, that
sexy.
alone.
Is that coming to the States or is that just in Japan?
Oh, that's in the States.
That's in the States.
That's mean.
It is mean. I wanted that so bad.
It was funny because I was just like, I was telling my girlfriend the other day, I was just like, literally, I was like, I should definitely get a second, just a second PS4, just so I can have one downstairs and one upstairs. She looks at me and she goes, "You mean for me, right?" And I'm just like, everyone catches that eye. Every Destiny player wants that PS4.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a custom PS4 in my living room.
That's
and
amazing.
I still want that. I still want that. It looks
You see a lot of Xbox gamers kind of upset that Bungie seems to be. It's not even that they're giving us special treatment. It's like they made a deal with Activision, Sony. So now there's all this marketing, and obviously
now they know how I feel.
Yeah.
They know how we fucking felt.
Right.
When,
it's a deal.
what was
It's
it,
right out of
Sledgehammer?
Microsoft's book last gen.
Right,
Yeah,
and Call of Duty
exactly.
was having all this exclusive content first on their console, and it's like, oh, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, same goes for E3 this year. That Call of Duty was the very first fucking game that they showed. And then last year, it was
it's going to sell
Titanfall.
more on PS4
come on.
now. You know it's
they're
going to sell
shut
more
their
on
That's the worst
PS4.
part. That's the worst part. It's like, Xbox is just like, all right, the new Call of Duty out, and then people are just like, yo, that would look even better on the PS4. You know?
Yo, real talk. Real talk.
and then it's funny because then something that you work your ass off because they were playing it safe. Every kid loves Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Every grown up that casually games loves Call of Duty, so they were playing very, very, very safe. And so they're saying,
I'm gonna
fine,
get it.
Xbox is going to get like all this exclusive content for Call of Duty, and then all of a sudden you see Sony isn't worried because they have Destiny coming out, and
Right.
Destiny caters to more MMORPG heavy side, to the more.
Right.
To more people that love FPS RPGs combined.
Right.
And you got that Bungie name right behind it. That's big.
Oh,
That's huge.
that's
It
huge.
is.
That's being backed
It
big
is.
time.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. And have you guys heard about the news of PS4 possibly getting an early access program?
I have.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, similar to.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, go, man. Yeah, I heard this. I got really excited about this.
Yeah. I'm very much looking forward to the possibilities of what that can mean because I've played an early access game. Shout out to the guys over at Lichdom. I forget the developer's name, but they gave me an early access code. Me and your homie D actually gave us an early access code to try the game out before it was released in August.
Amazing.
And
That
it's
is
so
ridiculous.
far, it's really, really cool. It's a game where you play as a mage. It's a first-person shooter, but you're a mage, so all of your attacks and actions are based on
Oh.
magic. What the fuck?
Sorry, that was me.
I was like, okay, we got some soundboards in here. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
we got some things. I need to start doing some soundboards though. I need to get like a little Black Only podcast intro music or something.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. That's all you're missing, bro, from the podcast.
Yeah.
Womp, womp. Something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. But yeah, I mean, that would be amazing because the beta, like, again, if there's any indication of like what the alpha and beta was for Destiny, if we start seeing that more commonly as like an early access, like pay $20 now for a $60 release.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's worth it. And honestly, everyone in the world would be a no brainer. It'd be kind of just like, all right, that's amazing.
It's
So
like-
where's it available? On PlayStation.
Well, it's like, yeah, when they said it, when like the names are dropping, or like, yeah, how would a PlStation 4 owner like to try out DayZ before anyone else does? It's like,
just everyone starts competing and everything.
Instagram.
like please, like let this happen.
No one wants to stand up because everyone's boners are showing. It's just that's
It's basically, that. I mean, again, that would be another incentive for going digital. Is that you get the early access, you'd pay less for it, and you'd get to play throughout all of its phases of development.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that would be worth it, and you would make money on the side. That it would work out so very well for the gaming community too, because just a lot of people. I get a lot of shit from PC Master Race every time I say I like my Xbox. I mean my PlayStation, my PS4 and everything. They're just like, oh, PC Master Race, we get this, and this, and then I'm just like, but you guys don't get like The Last of Us and stuff, and they just kind of
Right.
Yeah.
It is like,
You're like, oh,
Yeah,
we
they-
get Crisis at max settings, blah blah blah. Like, yo, does your computer even let you have max settings?
yo, shut up.
Well, I really like PCs as well. So like, even though I try not to buy into the flame war, between them, but like,
Yeah, exactly.
you're very right though. A lot of PC gamers who are really adamant about playing on PC will like be so quick to shut you down if you're excited about a console game. And I don't, man, it's toxic. It's a toxic mentality because like you can't just let somebody enjoy what they enjoy, It's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
I gotta go over here and like talk shit about everything that you're doing.
You would think if your gaming experience is like so superior, you wouldn't even have the time. But it's like,
Yeah, there's people out there who's like instead of playing on armor on final maximum level settings, you're sitting
Right.
there arguing with me about Last of Us not being 120 frames per second. Like what the fuck?
No, I completely feel you, bro. Oh man, completely, dude. Just you can either buy into the fight and everything, or you could just game. I mean, like,
yeah,
regardless of what system or platform you are on, just gaming is what brings people together. It doesn't matter if it's at the lowest settings or the highest settings, as long as you're
Right,
having
yeah.
fun with with your friends.
that was beautiful. That was really, I like that.
Yeah, very well said.
Thank-
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
And we talked about this a little bit already today, but devs need to start fucking being transparent about porting their games to next gen. They really do,
They definitely do.
because they just announced another game, Dark Souls. We talked about this. Dark Souls making the plunge over.
I
Yep.
feel like that's really a touchy situation because it's like obviously they don't want to say they're going to make it for next gen because they want maximum sales for the game they just made, but it's just like,
Yeah, it's how do you win?
Ouch.
And then,
Yeah.
and if you
Exactly.
don't know what those sales are going to be ahead of time, then you think,
Right.
well, should we say it's going to be both, or just keep our mouth shut, or maybe we won't even have the money to make it on next gen? How do we know?
right.
Exactly.
Like-
Thank you. Yeah, there's just a
but-
lot of
Rockstar, for
There is that.
example.
However,
They-
I mean, those few notable titles recently, The Last of Us, Grand Theft Auto 5, Dark
Yep.
Souls 2,
Yep.
all these huge titles that were at the end of a console generation where they specifically told us otherwise, That's
Right.
where I say bullshit.
Like Grand Theft Auto 5, they would not open their mouths about a PC version. They were like, no.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
legitimately
Exactly.
said no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let alone
PS4,
next gen
Xbox
version.
Right.
said no.
That's why they made so much money, because they fucking
And
lied
then-
about it.
At E3, it's like, coming to PS4, Xbox, and PC. It's
I was like,
whoa.
The
are you
rage
fucking
was
kidding?
huge. The rage was insane.
And I called that shit the whole time. I was like, you know
I
what's
was
going to happen,
happy.
right?
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
You know
what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
I
That was
very
so
happy,
bullshit.
but at the same
Everyone
time,
was
I was
just
like,
everyone in
whoa.
that room was so upset. It was just ridiculous at the time. It was like, what the hell? They said exclusively it would just remain on consoles, and then they just try to sneak that in. Oh, it's coming to Xbox One, yeah. PS4, yeah. And PC. Everyone's just like, what?
What? And some people bought PS4s and Xbox Ones just to do that shit.
I know.
Yeah. That's fucked up right there.
Yeah. it's like-
all the PC gamers are just like, I bought a console for what?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, it's got to stop. It has to. And the problem is, these are all fucking amazing games, so we all want them.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a problem.
That's
We're
the
gonna be-
problem.
oh goodness. It's
I'm
like
not necessarily mad at The Last of Us, though, because that was never like totally
that
was-
a next gen
everyone
thing.
saw
Oh
that.
no,
I am.
no!
No,
They,
like, I'm
they
up there with Jay
specified
on
that
that.
they would not have that
Right.
release on next gen. They said this is
They
not
said
coming to
this
PS4.
is our swan song to the PlayStation.
Right.
This
Swan
is
song
our
to
last
PS4.
one.
Exactly.
They said,
This isn't going to be PS4.
and there were
they
several
specifically
interviews,
fucking said it.
several interviews that were going on. They said they asked them, it was like, is there
Oh,
any
wow.
chance that we can see this on the PS4? They said no, we are
No.
committed to
Right.
this being released on PS3. And
I
they
was-
were working on the game on PS4 while they were having those interviews.
So they were just lying.
They were straight up lying. Straight up lying.
Oh, by the way, shout out to Blizzard, who didn't lie.
Yes.
They were honest from the start. Always have been. And it still doesn't matter. They're still doing fine.
Did we lose someone?
No.
I'm still.
Chris? Uh-oh.
Uh,
Yeah, dude. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, but they were one of the companies that was honest, that told us what they were doing. They released the
So
game
that's-
on PS3,
It's okay.
and then they're bringing it to PS4 as well with all these new enhancements and awesome features.
Yes.
But they never lied about it.
They
not
never
not for
lied.
once. The only thing they didn't say was what release day. They actually took their time with the next gen version. But I'm
Yeah.
cool with that.
I'm cool.
They
with
didn't
that.
fucking lie to me.
I was frustrated because we weren't going to get a release date, but I understood at the same time is that the longer they have to work on this, the better the product will be in the end. And the
Exactly.
fact that they said, we're releasing this on consoles, PS3, 360 first, and then we're going to be porting this to the PS4. We're going to make a new version for that. I was like, all right, you know what?
Yeah.
They came through with all the information that we needed to know. People still bought the game on PS3 and
Because
Xbox
it's
Right.
360.
It's so damn awesome.
Exactly. So
Part of
that is not the issue. These developers need to stop fucking with us.
I'm
Part
gonna
of
buy
me
it
feels
again,
like they're
too.
not going to
I
lose
can't
out.
wait to buy it again.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, I
Damn
feel
it,
like you can
though.
only win
Exactly.
because your current gen gamers are going to buy the game if they don't want to wait. And you're
Mhm.
going to get sales from when your next gen version comes out, too.
Exactly.
I'm part of the problem, then. I am part of the problem.
I know, right? You and me are just like, we need to stop this, but at the same time we're just like, but it's so good.
Exactly, and it's such a fucking shame because I'm gonna get Diablo regardless because they did a great job with their next version. They were very transparent with everything, but I'm still debating whether or not I'm gonna get Grand Theft Auto and
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us because I could probably sell those games for at least $10 each or some shit, and then just get the upgraded versions. But like, it's just such a slap in the face to know that like I spent all this time and on The Last of Us. I got the game and then I got all the season pass to get all the DLC. So like, I paid like $70 or $80. for that game already.
$70, $80. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, now I understand why you're upset because it's not fair that you when they said okay we're gonna leave it on the PS3 that's it that's done.
I just
So,
went
and-
all in.
You went
Yeah.
all in season passes and everything, and then just like oh by the way this is coming to PS4. It's a slap
Yeah.
to your face.
The only courtesy they did was mark it down by 10.
Right.
Yeah.
And include everything.
And to be honest, for people who didn't play The Last of Us, all you guys at home who didn't play it, that is an exceptional value. That is
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, go get it on
Amazing.
next gen. Oh,
Go
yeah,
get
please get it.
go get it.
Go get it
won't
right now.
try.
Yeah,
like
do
listen
it.
to this podcast on the go while you're going to get it. Like do that. But at the same time, the people who already people who bought PS3s to play that game, people who bought the game and got the season pass, like what are
Right.
we left with? Like now we're just like, well, I can play the same shit again on PS4 with better
Right.
graphics and better. Like, is it going to be a better experience? But it's like I would have waited.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
If they said it was coming to PS4, and because by the time they announced The Last of Us, PS4 was already already being marketed and everything, I would have waited.
Yeah,
I would have
Yeah,
waited.
I would've
I don't
waited too.
care. I would have waited.
Or
Yeah.
if I didn't wait, I would have at least not gotten a season
Well-
pass.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, how many over 200 Game of the Year winners?
Yeah,
How many E3 accolades? I mean, I personally
7 million
going through that
games
game
sold.
8 to 10 times from start to finish. I mean,
The Game of the Year.
I still
people
probably
played
would have done
40
it again.
times.
yeah.
but
and
I mean, I just don't like being lied to.
Yeah.
I don't like
Yeah.
being fucking lied to.
yeah,
I get you completely. No, it's something that we as gamers have to kind of we can't be part of the problem, but at the same time we'll still
so
buy
hard.
it. It's like we'll be mad as we throw the money. That's the problem, though.
Yeah.
We'll be like, how dare
Like
you do
Fry
all
for
this?
Pizzarama.
How much was the
Yeah,
ticket? That's
for
here you go.
sure.
Flip my car.
Shut up and
Shut up
take,
and
my
my
money.
Exactly. That's the only thing that comes to mind. It's it just sucks though, because I mean, we get lied to, and then
and they don't have to lie to us. That's the thing.
They really
don't
don't.
have to.
no, not at all. I would wait. I would, or at least I'd avoid the internet for a couple months.
right.
But still, just if they say, okay, guys, here's the deal. It's a PS3. Here's it's a Sony exclusive, so it'll be on the PS3 for a while, but it won't. It'll be on the PS4 eventually.
Yeah,
You have your choice to take it and run with it, or you can wait.
right.
Although,
Give
like,
us choices.
2
Give us
years from now, this
choices.
won't even be a fucking problem.
Right.
Exactly.
In theory.
I guess that's the silver lining in there.
Yeah, 'cause we're still in that transition period.
Yeah, by
It's
Until
still year
next
one.
2016 fall, we
Yeah.
won't even be having this conversation, except for maybe remasters and them needing to slow that down.
Yeah.
I'm okay with an Onimusha remaster though.
Hell yes.
I'm okay with that.
If anyone, they need to bring back the old school classics. Like I remember playing Onimusha just as a kid and just being like, this is the
Yeah.
greatest thing in the world, dude. This is the greatest thing ever. And then you realize that there's so much to see. There's so much to do in that game.
Mega Man.
Yeah. We could talk about this for days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So devs, stop fucking up. Just be transparent with us. Don't treat us like we're retarded.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys heard the news that Harmonix is also seeing if people are interested in a new Rock Band game.
I did. I took the survey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt great. I did. I've
Good.
spent like $300, $400, $500 on the series of Rock Band and Guitar Hero over the last few damn years. As
Yeah.
soon as they said, like, "Hey, what would you like in another one?" Of course, I'm going to speak up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, you gotta love it though, because it's something great that that you have fun with. It's a party game,
Right.
It's something that you enjoy, like having a little gathering with your friends, getting a little drunk, singing karaoke while playing guitar and laughing
yeah.
nonstop.
Did it like a month ago. Wish you guys were closer, man. It'd be
Me
an
too.
awesome party with you guys.
Oh my god, that would be cool. That would be.
It was.
Maybe
It was
when-
a shit ton of fun.
Maybe when the Black Only podcast blows up,
We'll have a party.
we'll legit have a party. We'll just have people over. We'll have drinks. We'll have Rock Band set up. We'll
Shotgun
have Mario,
guitar. I call it shotgun guitar.
We'll have Mario Kart 8 set up. We'll have PlayStation All Stars and Smash Brothers. We'll have Street
Oh my
Fighter,
god.
Soul Calibur. Yo, I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for my birthday, and I might end up doing something like that. I don't know.
That would
Bring the
be
beer.
I might do something like that. I don't know. It depends on if I have the money for it, but we'll see.
I will chip in.
Yo,
I would chip in too, bro.
that sounds like a fucking great time.
I know it really does. You can't. That just sounds like a party and a half, bro.
Yeah.
Good times.
I'll keep you guys in the loop. I'll keep you guys
Please do.
in the loop. Yeah. But yeah, in Rock Band, do you guys think that the music? I know Dave does definitely. But do you think that the music video game genre is going to make a resurgence or should make a resurgence?
Hmm.
I'll let you
I
guys
mean-
go.
I mean, Dave probably knows a lot more about just the whole Rock Band thing. But I mean, honestly, just it should make a resurgence because those games were so much fun. I don't care if you were the worst singer, the best singer, you just had so much fun.
Mhm.
Just the fun. I'm a guy that just definitely lives in just how much fun you can have for a game, and
Mhm.
those games are just top notch.
Right. What about you, Trini?
I think they definitely should. I know that they have their audience, but I remember during like the PS2 era, PS3 era, where it was just like a wave of music games, and it was just
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I think that should happen again for sure.
I feel like if we could get a balance between like having not too many of them at once, because I think maybe one of the reasons why people got burnt out on them was that there were so many releases coming out so quickly in succession that it became
Aerosmith, Green Day,
Yep.
Van Halen, Metallica,
Beatles.
Beatles.
Yes. And they have like other games like Rocksmith coming out too. Like it actually teaches you how to play guitar while you're having fun. You know,
Which is also a shit ton of fun.
Mm-hmm. I gotta pick up a guitar, man. I gotta learn how to play guitar.
2014. Don't get the first one if you do go the Rocksmith route. I played both, and I can vouch for 2014.
If they make a PS4 version of that, I might give it a go. See how
if it teaches you how to play guitar and you're playing a game, what better way to learn than by gaming?
Exactly.
It's so sick because I actually got like my first song. Like when you're playing Rocksmith, it like when you're doing well enough, you know a song. Those notes on the screen, like Rock Band, those different colors that you see strumming or picking, they disappear.
Right.
Because you just know what you're playing, and you can still see on the screen if you're hitting the right notes, if you're playing Succession and not.
Yeah.
And by the end of the song, it will grade you on that percentage for accuracy, number of notes hit, and consistency. And I got over 100% on my first song. I was freaking out. I was like, yeah, like it taught me something. But the coolest thing about it was that like maybe a week later, of course you're going to go back and play some of the same songs again because you still want to practice or play the songs you love. I did the same thing again. Without even trying. Like it still teaches you and it ingrains in you different skills that you didn't know beforehand. But on the Rock Band note, I mean, they'd have to innovate more. They'd have to make it less, all over the fucking place and give people a reason to pay another $150, $200 because they're going to bundle those instruments again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Completely agreed.
Whew. And I know you guys heard about Doom being announced. I know we talked about that already in the podcast a little bit.
Doom.
So we have another guy who's super excited about it. I'm pretty excited.
Yes. All the yes.
I remember playing the original Doom on PlayStation actually, and I was just like, man, if this game was like a newer generation version, this would be pretty cool. It was decent at the time, but. Yeah, they apparently there's a lot of dismemberment going on in the game as a core mechanic of the game, and like using that to unlock new areas of the game. You have to use the the demon arm or something like that to get past a certain place.
Like how cool is that? Like you're gonna pick up a severed arm to open a fucking door. It's like, all right, this is Doom.
You must have 6 severed arms to proceed.
Yeah. So it has a chainsaw mechanic. You can use the analog stick to. I wonder if they would even end up letting you use the PS4 controller to just, the light bar sensing, if you have the camera, for example, to just like move the chainsaw around and slice people up and shit.
That'd be amazing, actually. Just using the PS4 to its fullest while chainsawing someone. Come on. Yeah. How much fun would you have with that?
That'd be pretty cool.
Easy one.
And so we're nearing the end of the podcast, actually. And we have 3 more topics that we can talk about here, and one of them is a very controversial topic. It's one that I had in our podcast, actually 2 podcasts ago, but that we never got to. And this is in relation to Phil Fish. Now, Phil Fish says that YouTubers are stealing from publishers, and since then has retracted his statement and set his Twitter account to private, or actually deleted it. So, what are you guys' thoughts on not only what Phil Fish is kind of saying about YouTubers, but kind of the idea of YouTuber commentary and that being a thing?
So,
are you guys still there?
Are you guys still there? I'm sorry, my connection's like really bad right now. Is everyone there still?
Yeah, it's like going in and out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. Can you guys hear me now?
No,
yeah, I can hear you.
Not just you. Like Will, you were going in and out too on mine.
Oh, my connection's probably messing up too.
Oh, all right, cool. I was just like, oh crap, not again.
Yeah, I
Dave,
couldn't
are you
hear
still
anything
here?
for like a couple seconds.
I think Dave got disconnected. Skype.
Why? Skype, you let us down again.
Gotta love Skype, huh?
Oh yeah.
Fucking Microsoft. I blame the Xbox.
Oh goodness. You can Skype on the Xbox, right?
You can.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Hey, yo, Dave, you there? Hello? Yeah, so, what I was trying to say before Skype decided to just fuck up is Phil Fish says YouTubers are stealing from publishers, and since then has retracted his statement and set his Twitter account to private. So what are you guys' thoughts on the YouTube community in terms of gaming and his statement about YouTubers stealing from publishers? And
Those are some
developers,
harsh words.
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
that, he's talking
Jesus.
about people that do like strategy videos and walkthroughs and all that.
Pretty much
Us.
anyone who
He's
puts
talking
any
about us.
video
Yeah.
video pertaining to video gaming up.
Wow.
That's kind of wow. That's pompous as fuck. I'm sorry to say, but
No, it is.
that's holy shit, dude. Like, really? Do you have to? You know, like the internet's for everyone. You know, there's
Right.
things are gonna get stolen no matter what. But to go out and publicly say that YouTubers are stealing from like publishers and everything, like, holy crap, dude.
It's like there's extreme examples. I mean, even when I'll shout it, when playing the Destiny beta
Yeah.
Yep.
this past weekend, I couldn't share any footage.
Really?
No.
Really?
Why
Go
not?
ahead and try it. Go ahead and try it with your PlayStation 4. And it could just be my system. I'll try it again later, but it wouldn't let me. But as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's a beta. I mean, they're
Right.
still working out the fine details. They don't want to have something else happen like Titanfall, when that first came out and we had the really big discrepancy in resolution and the way it was supposed to look, and people got scared real quick.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked that bad.
It looked really
looked
bad.
pretty fucking bad.
Jesus, I didn't even
But
hear about that. I didn't.
Yeah, they don't want to give people the wrong impression because you leak an image like that too soon, or you show someone something that's not finished, or even giving away cheats or the ends of stories and stuff like that. They don't want people to see.
Right.
But the generality of the statement was bullshit.
Right.
Because people doing video walkthroughs or commentaries or the stuff that we do, I mean, we're not violating anybody's rights. We're not going against copyright infringement. We're just
Right.
sharing
No.
what we already fucking bought.
Right. Right. And so a lot of this too is about sharing impressions of what the game is like. And so a lot of this is free fucking advertisement for these companies. So
That's the other thing. Yeah.
I don't understand how someone like Phil Fish, who has created one video game, feels like he has. I have nothing against Phil Fish as a person. I don't know him like
Right.
that. But
No offense to the guy. What did he make?
he made Fez.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. And so, a lot of people don't like him because of a lot of the statements that he has said and a lot of the Twitter wars that he has. He has a very thin skin when it comes to, criticism about who he is or, his games. And I can understand that to an extent.
Yes, of course. But then you also made a video game. You're gonna get criticized regardless.
Regardless.
Right, yeah.
And people overall love the game. But that doesn't make him like the one and only go-to person for anything gaming related. So like
Oh
No.
yeah.
the fact
No,
that
not
he
at all.
feels like he's on that high pedestal to say something like that, like YouTubers are legitimately stealing and should be paying the publishers and developers for that stuff. It's like, first of all, we paid for the game. Second
Right.
of all, what we're offering to people through our YouTube outlets, through our websites, and through our articles is content based on those games that they can't get anywhere else.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
people, I'm actually going to be doing a video about this, about why people watch commentaries. And people watch commentaries, a big part of that is because of the personality behind the video, not just the fact that someone's playing Call of Duty or the fact that they're playing Destiny. It's the person behind it.
Yes.
Except for PewDiePie. Except for him.
I mean, I like PewDiePie, and I
Dude,
understand.
no. I'm not going to listen to that commentary. I mean, I understand he has a following and he's got his audience, but I'll listen to anyone else.
It's the freakouts and everything, don't you?
Yeah, he has a lot of videos that can turn people off. I understand that a lot, but he has a lot of like really good and really actually funny stuff. So he has a couple of videos of like Skate 3 where he's just kind of jumping around, dicking around, and having fun with the game. And like I think a big part of that YouTube community is just that. It's like being who you are, having fun with the game and just talking about the game and just, just being genuinely, excited about being a gamer. I think that's a huge part.
Yeah, I completely agreed, man.
So yeah, Phil Fish, I don't hate you. I don't know you like that, but you can go fuck off for that conversation. You can just
completely, bro.
Reminds me of Cliffy B, because he was outside the industry for a bit, and he would just say whatever was on his mind, but he just wanted people to know what it was really like behind closed doors.
Right.
And then even after that, like he took a little bit of time off, but he's back in the industry anyway because he's making video games again. So.
Right. And I like Cliffy B a lot, actually. Even though I don't agree with everything he says 100% of the time, I like him.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Like, great person. He seems like a great guy. I'd have a beer with him, just...
Yeah. I saw him at a after party, actually. I didn't get a chance to actually talk to him, but, like, I saw him at an after party. He came in. It was a PAX after party, not the last one, but the one before that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it was insane. Adam Sessler was there. He was there.
Adam Sessler, really?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, saw him in person, got to say hello. Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
Dude, you're already making strides, bro. Look at that. Dude, that's sick.
I'm jealous.
I know, right? We can all collectively say we all hate you. You're so lucky.
And there's going to be more opportunities like this. I think this is just the beginning. There's going to be more opportunities to get out there, more chances for not only me to meet these people, for you guys to interact with these people. I'm trying to get some more people like, Tara Long, like, Nick, I forget his last name, like Adam Sessler, like, dude from, Black Nerd Comedy. I'm trying to get someone from Polaris, actually, Chad. I talked to Chad when I was at PAX, and I was like, it would be great to have you on the podcast. My people who have been on the podcast would love to have, conversations with you about this kind of stuff. So, and a lot of that just comes down to, scheduling and timing and stuff like that. If I could do this every week, I totally would, but I can't do that yet. But there's gonna be continued more guests and more people on here. I've had Trinity Mark Blue on the podcast before, and this is actually the first time Chris, you've been on the podcast. So, and
I like it, dude. I like it a lot, dude. Seriously, you guys have some solid points. You guys work well with each other, so that's really well. I'm gonna start listening to you guys like religiously whenever you guys start putting out more podcasts.
I definitely appreciate that, and I'm very happy to have you on the podcast because from my interactions with you, you've been a pretty cool guy, and I thought it'd be cool to have your perspective in the
mix. Thank you.
And so we have 2 more little topics here. And we actually did talk about this, I think maybe before the podcast started recording. But the prices for the Xbox One have been dropping left and right. Yes. Yes.
The collective.
Even more so than the $400 price drop that Microsoft officially did. So, why are we seeing these price drops? And will they get even and will they get even better during Black Friday?
Ooh. Such a hot button topic. I can definitely say it's definitely it's Microsoft's way of trying to combat the PS4, but they take out such a key element of the Xbox, which is the Kinect. So I mean, you get a $400 Xbox now, but you don't get it for with the Kinect, which is a lot of games I see coming out do kind of need it or whatever. Yeah. But I think it's a little bit of desperation because they see how great the PS4 is doing. And I don't think price-wise, yes, God, yes, because I remember the PS3 when it first was announced, it was $600. Everyone was
$599.
Yeah, $599. Everyone was like, oh, hell no. Everyone was like, collectively, no.
Yeah.
No. And now, obviously, price is a huge factor, especially now since, like how the economy is now. So, the cheaper system is is obviously going to sell more, but when you have an affordable system like the PS4, plus all the cool support, the PlayStation Plus, getting new indie developers going out, and you can actually put your titles out and stuff. Plus early access to like Destiny. I know I keep plugging in Destiny, but it's amazing,
Yeah, it totally deserves it.
they're trying to fight back as hard as they can. And one, the obvious factor being, people weren't happy with the $500 price, is to drop it to $400. But then, like Will said, are we going to see it go lower during Black Friday? Like $350, $300, if it ever gets that low.
And we've also even seen, places like Target and Best Buy offering other incentives with the Xbox One, as well as making it even lower price than that.
Yep.
So on various occasions, we've seen the $500 model go for $400 or $450.
It just makes me want to ask, we haven't seen anything like this for PlayStation 4, have we?
We've seen a little bit of promotion, like you get.
And I mean like
$100
$100 off your system.
Absolutely
I mean,
not.
trading in your PlayStation 3 toward a PlayStation 4.
Absolutely not.
Have we seen anything like that on the other side?
No, not at all.
No.
There's a funny ad that the Microsoft put out. It's like, trade in your PS3 and you get $100 off towards your to your Xbox One. And I think there was a Sony marketing that was just like, why? It's like, save keep your PS3, save $100 and buy a PS4.
Yeah. This is
like,
what's up.
yo, these people are just so creative now. It's just like they're fighting. Sony's taking no holds barred. They learned a lot from the whole PS3 debacle. They took their lumps for 6 years straight. I think this is just the up and comings that they learned. They bided their time. They released. They developed, and now they're doing everything correctly. Like this is Sony's time because they took for a while a bunch of criticism.
Mm-hmm.
They got. Yeah, come on, man. It was like 6 years straight of just being under Microsoft's, shadow. Like, It was ridiculous.
Which is crazy.
But
I think it just shows how quickly the industry can change. It happened from PS2 to PS3, and now it's happening now with PS2 to PS4.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how I'm all for it though. I mean, like, I remember getting a PS2 and then that was amazing, and then you hear about the PS3 and you're like, this is going to revolutionize everything, and it was one of the biggest flops of 2006.
Yeah,
initially,
definitely.
And then it started getting really better. Now the prices dropped. The systems got smaller. It just became something, something so quintessential. Now people talk about the PS3 because they have it and it's affordable, instead of versus like an Xbox 360. There's something about the Sony name, the PlayStation name, that's making a comeback like it did with the PS2, PS1.
Definitely. I think that name is holding weight again.
Yeah.
But I mean, you guys have all said it. It took a generation to catch up. It took from PS3 to PS4 for them to regain all that ground, for them to learn from their mistakes. But I mean, at the same time, as a PlayStation 3 guy, I was the one sitting there watching all the demos on a 360, all the game premieres on a 360, how much the 360 was doing better. So when I'm finally seeing the other side of this, I'm like, thank you. At least we have a change of pace for a change.
Yeah,
it's different. It's nice. We're stuck. We're the consumers, right? We're not gonna lose. Right. Let's just see that, because both sides are fighting for our money. Even though we already have PS4s. I don't know about all you guys, but we already have the PS4. We're just gonna keep getting better deals. We're gonna see Microsoft try to fight for our money, and we're gonna see how far they go out. How thin they can be stretched before they break and they say, all right, you know what, just start selling Xbox Ones with like a bunch of games for like $300. It's gonna get to that point. We're not gonna lose. We're just gonna. We're going to have a lot less money, but we're not going to lose.
Exactly.
I was a previous Xbox One owner. I owned my system for 4 months?
Was it that long? Holy shit.
Yeah, it was that long. And when I moved, I actually wrote something up on this because I went through the whole process of using the Xbox One and hooking it up and the games that I would play. But out of all the games I've played, like I'll rotate between my PS3 and PS4 almost daily. And the Xbox One, when not utilizing the Kinect, when not hooked up to the TV or using all that multimedia, really cool stuff, I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it for almost a month on end. I didn't need to. And there was 2 or 3 games that were on the console. I just was playing a bunch of other stuff I was already having fun with. So I see all this strategy and everything else as a plea, a cry for help. Like that they're not drowning yet, but they might be unless they figure out some way to reverse it. I still bet money on the fall though. But when Halo drops and when other games come out the end of this year, it'll keep them alive. It'll keep them alive.
Yeah, Sunset Overdrive looks phenomenal. I really want that.
It does.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. That game, that's something right out of your imagination. You're like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah.
It's like the colors are amazing. The graphics look great for an Xbox One title. It looks amazing. Like
Right.
nothing to be said about it. I kind of wish, it's kind of like, damn, why can't we get something like that?
Right. Every time.
But we do. I mean, next year, like someone else said it, we have The Order coming out next year.
The Order.
We
yes.
have
My God, thank you.
Uncharted 4 at some point.
Yeah.
We have
Yes.
Little Big Planet 3 coming out this fall for the more people that want to have a party or friends over to play at the same time.
True.
Like,
Yeah.
the PlayStation's trying to hit it on all cylinders, and so
Guilty
far they
Gear.
are.
Guilty Gear XRD coming out this September or something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
Yeah.
It's like not only Sony's not just going for the hardcore gamers, they're going for
Whoa.
casual, hardcore, MMORPG, a little bit of, FPS. They're like you said, they're hitting all cylinders, and they're just trying to get as much ground back as they lost in those 6 years,
I'm shocked
Yeah.
at you guys.
Why?
No one said Drive Club.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
I'm ready
good
for that
call.
shit.
Good call.
I'm ready for
No
that
one's a
shit.
racer
Well-
in here right now.
Well, the
I mean,
only
I-
reason I didn't say was because I don't know if I'm going to get Drive Club or Project Cars, because
Oh,
both
true.
look really, really
look-
good, and they're both
no,
coming
they-
out this fall.
Both look good. See, the thing is on that, I'm kind of torn. I like he said, he was an Xbox owner. I had friends that threw Forza parties. I was always there.
Right.
Mhm.
I love those games because it was just something so unique.
Mhm.
God,
Especially Forza Horizon. That looks great. I never played it, but
It does.
It also
that
looks
makes-
really good. But
that
I
makes-
stacked them up side by side, though, when looking at like the three major racers, Drive Club, Project Cars, even Forza. I gotta give it to Project Cars in the visual department. That game
Yeah.
looks disgusting.
I gotta see that.
Okay, so I'm biased because I'm going with the Sony one, but I know that the game was developed for PlayStation 4 specifically, so that's why I'm more excited about that, because I know that there are certain optimizations that they can achieve throughout that, and I like
Right.
I like the overall art style for like the menu system and like the way they have the game presented. Like they had this contest going on for a little while where it was like, make a Drive Club trailer, but like they gave you all these assets that they use
Yeah.
for their trailer. And like
Right.
as a designer, of course, like I looked at all that stuff. I was like, they really have a really strong foundation as to what they want their game to feel like.
yeah.
And I was really impressed with that. So I think that's why I'm more excited about Drive Club. But Project Cars does indeed look fucking amazing.
It does look good.
Yes, it does. I have to agree. I work in an auto body shop, so I see all like cars and stuff like that. When you build them and everything, you take out the engines. Oh my goodness! And to see it crossed over into a game,
Yes.
it's what more can you want?
right.
Like
It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope.
yeah, it is.
So our last and final topic, before I, of course, open it up to anyone else to include any other topics they want to include. Outlast is. Oh wait! Before we even do that, sorry, we forgot to talk about the layoffs.
Oh,
Oh, they had Microsoft.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Microsoft had 18,000 jobs.
yep, lost.
Wow.
Most in
That's
their
a lot.
entertainment studios division.
How do you get rid of something that was such a that was essential to your previous generation console? How do you get rid of all that? How do you
Sales numbers? I mean, I don't believe they were doing well
they
enough.
justify
in
it
that
with simple numbers?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, when it comes down to it, if you're not being profitable in one of your main industries of your entertainment division, like you just can't let it keep going. It's terrible, absolutely terrible for that many people to lose their jobs like that.
Yeah.
But in the industry we have today, like we see studios
Close
like
all the time.
Neversoft and THQ and various ones biting the dust that have been with us for years because it's that competitive nowadays.
I was just speaking more emotionally, but yeah, it's true. What you guys are saying. I know.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Bro. I do.
Yeah. No, I'm with both of you on that one.
I see the numbers thing and it comes down to it. Yet again, this is a business. You can't be running, you can't be behind in sales. You can't be bleeding and expect to make a comeback. It's very competitive. They don't give you multiple chances. It's one and done.
Right.
They bit the dust and now 18,000 layoffs. It's sad. It's really sad to see.
I'm in the mindset that apparently a lot of those jobs, maybe about 12,000 or so of those jobs were Nokia related, which is interesting because the Nokia division, their mobile phones division, isn't really shaking up the industry that much. I mean,
Right.
the Lumia whatever it was. I've like kind of played around with the phone before, and it's a really sleek phone. It's really nice, and the camera is beautiful.
It looks very nice.
Yeah, but again, it's competing against a market that already has a really strong stronghold on
Right.
people's values. So they're going against Android. They're going against they're going against iPhone, iOS, and they're also.
I think it's
against,
a different industry now. It's kind of forgotten about Nokia.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, totally. So and
Now,
they got rid of people in their market. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no.
Yeah, they got rid of people in their marketing department for Xbox and for Nokia as well. So now, they could probably outsource for that kind of stuff. So they can always outsource to a different studio to do any marketing for them. But that was one of their strongest
And their major projects are still going forward too, right?
Huh?
Their major projects are still going forward too. The series that they're developing, like the Halo series,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
They dropped a
the other
couple
one
of
or
other
two.
stuff though. Apparently, like their entertainment TV series that they were going to do for the whole Xbox brand is like they're dropping that, but there's, like you said, they're still keeping the Halo series. And
Halo,
I think,
yeah.
So
Were they handling the Quantum Break series as well?
that's still a go. At least the
That's
game
still a
is.
go,
The
yeah,
game is, I know.
Yeah, and I think they were handling it, but they might be outsourcing now.
Right.
This is going to be interesting to see how they're definitely going to handle. Just because now that Bungie is no longer making Halo, we saw how it was in Halo 4, and you could see with the absence of Bungie, it's different, but it's not like this is not Halo anymore. Just
Right.
we're seeing new. I think a new studio is handling the Halo 5 or whatever the
next Halo
Guardians.
Yeah, the next Halo Guardian. It's a new studio handling that
It's
one.
343, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. No, they still did 4.
Yeah,
think-
they did 4 as
Did
well.
they do 4? Okay, then
Yeah.
I was wrong. All right.
So Trinity Mark,
Yeah.
you played Part 4, right?
I did. Yes.
And you bought a 360. One of the reasons you bought a 360 was to play that game, right?
Yep. Yep.
So what are your thoughts on that game, having let it marinate in a little bit, after playing the other Halos? We used to play Halo all the time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts on Halo 4?
It definitely was still Halo.
Okay.
Like in terms of, if I think of Halo in my head, it definitely was that. Obviously, you're playing as Master Chief and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't say it had that same what's the word I'm looking for? The same
Yes.
aura around it as when we would play, say, like Halo 2, just multiplayer, for
Yes.
hours on end,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
much.
It was
Yes.
definitely still Halo, and it was definitely fun.
Mhm.
But I guess Bungie just kind of has a feeling about them,
Yeah.
in terms of their development.
It's like we got to say it again. It's like because we can see it in Destiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I
You
feel so
you
much
pick up that
magic.
remote and you get into that honestly, like, not even when Peter Dinklage voices as the Ghost,
Yes.
and then and he says "Wake up, Guardian," and you look at your hands and everything. I don't know, but that gave me like such a Halo 2 feel.
Amazing.
I was literally like, "Oh shit!" Just like this is as early on as that seems. It's like you can already tell when a game is going to be like right off the bat amazing, and just that simple look down, looking at the hands, gripping it, feeling your fingers again. I was blown away. I was like, "This is going to be amazing." It felt like something I haven't felt in a very, very, very long time.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It was this wizard is from the moon. I'm glad they changed that voice acting because it was really bad in the alpha at that point. It was like, oh my god, that's bad.
Yeah, it was really bad. And then I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, so to hear Peter Dinklage, I was like, ah!
Yeah.
Like that's Tyrion. That's Tyrion Lannister.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell, like, it's just a testament to their talent that it's not a Halo game. And I think so many people kind of relate it to Halo because it has that weight to it, that feel to it, but it's something new and fresh. But since it's Bungie behind it, you feel that same
magic,
that same
Yeah.
power from
Yes.
Yeah, I noticed that like on like the battlefield when I had one of those one of the Fallen shooting at me, and it felt like a Needler, but not quite.
Yeah.
But just kind of ducking behind cover real quick and just popping him in the head as you lean out. Like, this feels familiar, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's still different.
I didn't even think about that. But I noticed the way that they were shooting it would arch around. I'd be like, oh, I have to move out the way. I can actually dodge these bullets.
Yeah, it
I used to
took
do
me
that in
back
Halo
2
all the
years,
time.
man.
It's just like it's funny because you're just like you're sitting behind a corner. You're like, damn, this needler, and then you sit there and you kind of just think about it. That wasn't a needler, and then
Yeah, yeah. I used to fuck
you're
people
like,
up with
okay,
a
they
needler,
hit
man.
nostalgia button
Halo
really
2?
well.
Oh, man, I used to go in.
Like, oh god, the double needler combo is unfair.
Yes, double. Oh,
Done.
the
And you're
feels.
sitting there like, really, this is bullshit.
The feels.
Oh my goodness.
One more topic. Well, first, do you guys have any other topics that you want to introduce into the podcast?
I'm just curious. I was saying to my friends the other day, I think I could narrow down 3 games that I could be like fine playing until next year.
Mm-hmm.
And I said it was The Last of Us,
Mm-hmm.
obviously Destiny, and Drive Club, just because I'm fiending for a racer.
Yeah.
I think I'd be
Oh.
good with those for the rest
My
of the
answers
year.
would be different.
That's a
You speak.
that's a good
Honestly,
question.
yeah, that is a good question.
It's a good
If you
question.
can
if
narrow it
I had
down
to
to
choose
3.
3. Just 3?
Yeah, for the rest of
Oh,
this year,
man.
For the rest of the year.
I gotta go with Dragon Age.
Yes.
I gotta go with Destiny, hands down.
Yeah.
Yes.
And fuck, it's either going to be Drive Club or Guilty Gear because I need a fighting game.
Yeah.
True.
I need a fighting
Tekken
game.
7.
Man, y'all can play Tekken 7. If I get a review code for free, I'll play that shit.
Please do.
I'm saying.
Please, and then tell me how it went. I'm such a huge Tekken fan. It's ridiculous.
Oh, you are
Oh,
a huge
goodness.
Tekken fan. You guys need to play each other.
Dude, oh my goodness, I've wanted to do it goes all right. I'm gonna tell you a story. You guys know who Noah Watts is?
Noah Watts.
Yeah,
No.
he's the voice actor of Connor Kenway.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so there was this convention last year called Youmacon, and I was his handler as Itsyoru. So I got to meet the voice actor Noah Watts. I got to meet Haytham Kenway's voice actor. I got to meet a bunch of voice actors. But
That's
the funny thing is,
awesome.
we all got drunk and we played Tekken together, and we played Tekken nonstop. Him and I, and he kept on. He's just like, "Oh man, I'm an Xbox guy, and you're a PS guy." I'm like, "Dude, don't start making excuses already. You picked up the remote." It's just, oh goodness, it was cool to see a voice actor that's actually a gamer
What
because
was
he's a very, very avid gamer.
What was his name?
Plays, Noah Watts.
Okay. That's awesome. I'm jealous now. Look at you.
It was so good. I mean, I'm going back this year. He's going back. So is Johnny Young Bosch, a bunch of other voice actors, and we just got to handle them and party with them all weekend.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. Will, I am gonna ask you if you want. I'll probably Skype you because we usually Skype people and everything.
Yeah.
So we can, Skype you. That'd be cool.
That would be great. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be all just shit-faced. I'm just letting you know ahead of time.
Yeah, I'll be ready if you give me time, man.
I'm saying, where's this taking place?
This is taking place in Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, Detroit. Shit.
Yeah, so it was a cool experience to go there last year for the first time.
Damn, I wouldn't go to Detroit unless there was a really good reason to go.
We were walking around, and I'm like, now I know why no one comes here.
Yeah.
It was funny. No, it was a good play. It was something different to do, and then just gaming. Just like it's cool to see because Noah Watts is an avid gamer, and the his partner who voiced over Haytham Kenway in Assassin's Creed 3, Adrian who?
Mm-hmm.
He's not a gamer.
Mm-hmm.
So when they were telling Adrian, he's just like, you'll be the voice actor for this video game called Assassin's Creed. He was like, okay, cool. He didn't know much about it, So when they told Watts that, they were like, all right, so you're going to be the voice actor for an Assassin's Creed main character. On the outside, he was like, okay, cool. On the inside, though, he was telling us he exploded with joy.
Oh, that's
He
awesome.
was like going, oh my god, this is great. Holy shit, I'm going to be a voice actor for Assassin's Creed. He was just going
I
nuts.
try not to get that excited about stuff because I don't want people to just see me as a fanboy. So when I was like meeting some of these people, I was just like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" And so I was like,
I
so
feel
I
like-
still do it too,
I know. Just on the inside, you'd be calm. Hey, what's up? On the inside, you're like, ah!
Yeah, exactly. Wait, so what were your 3 choices, Chris?
Yeah.
Destiny. No, just I think we're all in agreement. Destiny is definitely it's a staple for this year, for the rest of the year. But The Last of Us, come on, I loved it, and I'm still gonna get aggravated as I throw more money onto it. I mean, but just seeing,
new DLC coming out this year for it too.
I heard, yeah.
and for the remainder of the year, I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan. So
That's right.
Unity.
Yeah, that Unity does look really good.
Unity is amazing and takes place in France during the French Revolution, where there were so many decapitations of monarch characters. It's ridiculous. This is great. They revamped the free running, so now it goes everywhere. I'm really pumped for this game.
Co-op.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I'm ready for.
I am too. I'm very happy for that. I have a huge a huge group of friends that are just waiting eagerly for a Unity. We're just pumped.
So you said Assassin's Creed, Destiny, and what was the other one?
Last of Us.
Last of Us. That's right. And what about you, Dave?
Wait, what were Trinities again?
Mine were The Last of Us, Destiny, and probably Drive Club.
Okay. You said the rest of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, just until even the top of next year.
If I had to choose just 3, it'd be Diablo 3, Reaper of Souls, and PS4.
Mm-hmm. That's a testament because you already have it on PS3.
Yeah.
Yep.
And with all the refinements and enhancements they're making, it's a day one. I'm taking off work for this game purchase, and that's after maybe 150 to 200 hours in the Diablo 3 on PS3.
Damn.
Yeah. That's saying something, and I can't wait.
That is.
I will get that.
Number 2, I'm gonna go with Far Cry 4.
Oh yes,
because I know how great Far Cry 3 took me by surprise. Yep, it's coming out this fall.
Troy Baker.
Yes,
and I cannot wait for another installment of that game, even with the difference in setting. Yeah, it really was, because I played.
Now?
It was.
Oh man, just coming into the gyrocopter, and you don't even. Another thing too, that if you don't even own the game, you can still jump into co-op for free.
Yes,
that
you gotta love
something
that.
never been. I don't think it's been done recently, if ever been done on the console.
No, never on a console. No,
handheld. Yes,
handheld. Yes, for the PSP, but for a console, that's just so much harder to do. And for the fact that they're doing that for such a huge, it's ridiculous.
And for my third choice, I got to split it because the beta changed my mind, and there was only going to be one other big one on the list. But I am now stuck between Destiny and Call of Duty.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do because I think if I buy Destiny in September, I'm not going to care when November gets here.
Exactly.
I'm going to get both because I'm actually really excited for that next Call of Duty game.
I almost wanted to make it a 3-way tie between Involved, Call of Duty, and Destiny.
Fuck!
Oh
yeah, also
right.
this fall. But then now I'm like, damn it!
Everyone be thinking their choices now. It's just okay. All right. How about this? If you didn't have to choose Destiny because we're gonna play it regardless, what are your three choices?
I'm still gonna go Diablo 3, Far Cry 4, and.
Oh my god!
I'll go Call of Duty because Battlefield wronged me so badly that I'm gonna still need another fix, and Hardline can suck it. I just can't do that one this year.
I was so happy to see that trailer would look so cool, but that's just such a huge that just shows that trailers and game and in-game experience can differ greatly,
and being dicked over can really alter people's perception of what your product is.
Yeah.
They're releasing DLC as a full game.
Yeah.
No, real talk.
Yeah, it's like, let's pay $60 for some extra content that we probably could have just tacked on to Battlefield 3 after we fixed it. Excuse me, 8 or 9 months after release.
No, Battlefield 4.
Fucking ridiculous.
4, yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, completely. Just.
I mean, I know it's a different developer, but still.
I just don't care.
You can't just release DLC.
I'm just not ready to trust them anymore. We all spent a lot of time playing that game, even with all of its problems. And day after day we would play, it was like, man, I'm pretty sure I just lit this dude up and he turned around and shot me once.
I know.
Just to find out that that's actually a glitch, that is a problem of the game, not some isolated incident. It's a thing that just keeps happening.
And
Rubber
it's,
banding, not being grouped up with the people that you went in a party with, not having the party system available until like months after. They didn't have an actual party system.
Nope.
You're right.
I remember, like, when we were first trying to play it, it was like, all right,
We
I'm
could not
joining
do it.
now.
We could
like,
not.
join. You got to join.
You gotta join
had
right
to
now.
hope you're on the right team.
And then you have all your friends on the opposite team, and you're on the on one team. And you're like, what the fuck?
And 4 out
I
of
think
5
we
times,
bitched
that's
about
what
this
happened.
game every podcast for like the last 5 to 10 episodes.
Because it just has to be mentioned. They fucked up so hard, and like I wasn't even going to buy the game. I was buying it because I saw that you and Jordan were going to buy, and Trading Mart Blue actually. All three of you were buying it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get this because I think it'd be good for the channel. It'd be good to play with these guys, and we couldn't even play.
No,
Oh,
Ridiculous.
We couldn't find rooms that were open that would allow for 4 people going in. We would go in and it's like, oh, the room is full, even though it literally just said there were 8 slots available.
yeah, the hell of a trying conquest.
Problems that game had, it shouldn't have come out until like this year.
Yo, real talk.
Yep.
Real talk.
It should not have been like a launch game at all.
So if I had to choose now with games that were coming out, that not Destiny included.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Fuck. I don't even remember what I said before. I just remember Destiny was in it.
Well, we'll take Destiny out of the equation.
Yeah.
What else you got?
So I still want Guilty Gear because I feel like I used to love Guilty Gear a lot, growing up. And so I want a fighting game, and I want it to be that. I want a first-person shooter, and that's going to have to be between Evolve, Far Cry, or Call of Duty, and that's a hard choice. Because at one situation, Evolve is only multiplayer. So if the multiplayer community dies in Evolve, then that's
You're done.
it. Right.
That won't work without it.
Exactly. So
they need to make this complete. They need to market this so well for multiplayer
and
they
have
just-
people keep playing, like give people a reason to keep playing. So I can't say Evolve for that reason alone. So I'm gonna say Call of Duty because I'm a guy who really enjoys playing Call of Duty. I didn't get Ghost.
Nope.
Nope.
But I'm genuinely excited about this one.
Yeah, that's actually, like we both actually skipped their first next-gen release and said, yeah, all right, let's do the next one. It looks a lot better.
Yeah. And then third, fuck. I have to give it to Dragon Age Inquisition. I mean,
Really?
Yeah, I got to do it.
All right.
I got to do it. Because I want to have different, those 3 different genres type of thing. Fighting, first-person shooter, and then, third-person RPG. Yeah. Damn, Tree, that was a good question. Shit.
I know.
That should have been.
I know 3 is like a small number with the amount of games coming out, but
so
Yeah.
many.
Yes, it is.
Because there's probably 5 to 10 I'm going to get.
right.
Exactly.
But I'm thinking like I don't play like 4 to 5 games at a time. I probably play 1 or 2 at the most before moving on. So
Yeah.
And the thing is too is we can always buy the game after it's been released. We don't have to get it the day it comes out.
Yep.
See The Last of Us. That's why I didn't list it because I'm
Yeah.
not buying that on release day.
Yeah. I think I will eventually get that PS4 release, but just not on release day.
Same for Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yep.
'Cause
Yeah.
I
think I'll
as much as I
wait for
love
GTA.
them and I hate them for lying like up. I want to play it on next gen. I already saw the video comparisons.
I've always wanted to play it on next gen. I've said
but
it
I-
since it came out. I was like, why isn't it this on next gen? And
Yeah.
same with Splinter Cell. Why
Exactly,
isn't
because
this
that's
on
what they
next gen?
said. Well, I mean, we already said it. Right? Like that, when they said that back then, if they would have said we're coming to next gen, I wouldn't have bought it.
Right.
I would have waited, but
Right.
that's why I'm going to wait now.
Mm-hmm.
It's no. You guys are spot on that one. Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, thank you guys for coming on for this fup-episode of the Black Owner Podcast. This was fucking excellent. And we could just keep going on, but for the sake of keeping the podcast under 2 hours for the people listening at home, I will stop the recording. But is there anything that you guys want to say to the people at home?
To the people at home or just in general?
In general, people at home, to us, to whatever.
I have one question for you guys. Has there ever been a game that you waited so many years for it to come out?
Yeah.
I'm still
Yeah.
waiting.
I'm still waiting too.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yes,
Final Fantasy 15.
Final Fantasy 15.
that too.
Oh,
God
they're
damn
both
it.
by Square Enix.
That's bullshit. I know. That's the
That
worst
tells you
part.
something.
Yeah, Square Enix is fucking up.
Oh,
Yeah, they are.
man. Wish they were still
They need to make.
Squaresoft.
Yeah.
Yo, they were so good when they were SquareSoft, bro. They were hitting things right out of the park on that.
I want Metal Gear Phantom Pain more than anything, though.
True.
Oh yeah.
I think that is the #1 game I am looking forward to. Period.
There you
I
go.
mean-
That game's amazing. They so much.
When
Yeah.
did Rage come out?
Fuck Rage. Fuck
No,
that
I mean,
game.
I'm not talking about the game. I'm not talking about the game. When did Rage come out?
2008 or 9?
2008 or 9?
Yeah.
And it was maybe a year or two before that when they announced it.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know, like 06-ish. It was back then that they said Rage is going to be our precursor to the next Doom.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
So even though I wasn't there and even though I haven't seen any actual gameplay, I'm still waiting on Doom.
Yeah.
Next year, hopefully.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, at least hopefully you'll get it next year. You know, me, I'm still waiting with my thumb in my mouth because I just can't. Tetsuya Nomura can't make up his fucking mind whether he wants it just so stupid, man. I've been waiting for 8 years. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is a very long time.
Wait, I gotta look it up.
The fucking
Because
long
I can
Yeah,
see
time.
both.
It's
it
amazing.
looks so
It-
good, though.
It looks
Yeah,
amazing.
it does.
It was
This looks
back
like it could save Square
in-
Enix's ass. Honestly, that and Kingdom Hearts 3 can save Square Enix's ass because I know
No
they've been.
fucking way.
Yeah,
Yep.
04. 04 was
Wow.
when Doom 3 was released.
Holy shit!
Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. And after, I'll swear to God, after completion of that game, no, excuse me, Xbox is 05.
Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
still, that'll be like 10 years next year that I've been waiting for the sequel for this fucking game.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
And so far,
It's
so
so
when
out.
was Final Fantasy Versus apparently, which is
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 15? That was
06.
that was announced
06.
in 06.
I still got
E3,
a decade.
06, I
I've been
won't
waiting
forget it.
10 fucking
Ever.
years.
It's scarred into my mind. It just says that this is the direction that the new Final Fantasy is going to go in, and then it shows up. It shows that trailer of Noctis fighting in the church area, and you know he killing guards. There's blood, which hasn't been done a lot in Final Fantasy.
Yep.
So it was like a fantasy based on reality, which
Right.
was insane at the time, and people were loving it. And then it said, "Okay, please stand by for further details." That's been like,
The
it's
further
been
details didn't come until like fucking last year.
Yep.
And even then, they
Yep.
were like, "Oh, hey, we have some stuff to show you, but none of it's near completion." So,
So yeah, guys,
what the
hope you had
fuck are you
fun.
guys doing?
I'm just at home crying and shit. I'm just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And then but they won't release Kingdom Hearts 3 until 15 is done. So the quicker 15 gets done, the better, the quicker Kingdom Hearts 3 will be released.
That's a sad story
Yep.
because we're probably never going to get 15.
Don't say
Oh,
that.
Someday.
that made me
Someday.
sad.
Man.
I can't. It's the gamers. It's just like when you're waiting for something you want so bad, you start having dreams about playing the goddamn game. That's how bad it's gotten for me.
Yep.
I have a dream where I turn on the PS4 and it's right there, the selection screen, and then it's right there and you're playing, and like then you wake up and it's like the most heartbreaking thing in the world.
Anyway, moral of the story is this: game developers, get your shit together. Square Enix, stop doing whatever the hell you're doing. I don't know.
Just stop.
Just stop and keep listening to the Black Oni podcast because it's fucking awesome.
Game on, but don't go
Yeah,
broke.
that's a good
Amen to
saying.
that.
actually.
Game on, but just don't complain.
Don't go broke.
Oh, don't go broke. Yeah, game on. Yeah, but feed yourself. That's an important part of living as a human.
Completely.
But yeah, again, thank you guys for coming on to the show. I really appreciate your time and how much fun this was.
Yeah, it was. It was
for having us.
Yeah,
dude.
of course.
Thank
Yeah,
you
thanks,
so
man.
much.
Of course.
It was nice meeting everyone too. Definitely, you guys are amazing.
Nice meeting you too. I sent
Yeah,
you
nice
a
meeting you,
invite
man.
on PSN.
Yeah, man. You guys, we have
Oh
the
wait,
game.
that's your PSN gamer tag?
Itsyoru.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, shit's on.
Yeah.
all that fun stuff. Just
Yep.
I'm really happy that Will invited me onto this. This is great. Just hearing you guys talk about just the gaming industry is just something incredible. You guys do know what you're talking about, so it's really amazing.
We try.